Elsie.
And I'm Debbie.
And we're two sisters Southern cooking. We are doing a pickled brine fried chicken. I got the idea from like Chickfila. Their chicken has like a pickle flavor to the batter. So we made a brine up here that we're going to put over this chicken for like 6 hours. You could go as far as 8 to 12 hours, I think. But we're doing it for 6 hours because of time constraints. So
yeah,
here we go.
Here we are. We're always on a time constraint. What are you talking about?
Yeah, all the time. So we have buttermilk, and we have pickle juice, of course.
So buttermilk is 4 cups, and the pickle juice is 3 cups.
So, and then we have salt, and that's all that's in the brine. We're just going to pour that over this chicken, put a lid on it, and put it in the refrigerator for 6 hours.
I'm going to mix this together real quick. This is definitely going to tenderize it very well. And you may have a hint of pickle in it, but honestly, it'll be like Pauladines, where you don't even taste the heat when you put the hot sauce in it.
Yeah.
And that's the God honest truth. You don't taste the heat in Pauladines chicken recipe. This is mostly to tenderize here. Alright.
Alright, I got that leveled off.
Has a nice green color to it.
Well, I think we're not going to need...
Definitely.
Yeah. We'll get it in there. Where there's a will, there's a way.
That's right.
You know how we are with our bowls.
We always underestimate.
Yeah.
Overachieve.
We should have used a bigger container, but it's fine. It fit.
By the way, if you noticed, everything is clean and beautiful and organized behind us. Elsie and I spent the entire day yesterday because they had some kitchen work done. And so we took that as a time to wash cabinets, clean everything, and make this all beautiful. So
we still don't have the stuff on the top of the cabinet yet, but
no, the walls are going to get painted, so that's why. So
I'm doing a spring cleaning in
July,
August, summertime. So I'm doing spring cleaning in summertime. So we shall get it done when we get it done.
That's right. That's right. One day at a time, folks. All right, guys, we will show you what it looks like when we get ready to make the flour, and we'll be right back to do that. Hey y'all, it's Debbie and Elsie. I'm doing the flour for the pickle brine chicken, and it's just a couple simple ingredients. There's going to be paprika in here, onion powder, garlic powder, and pepper. There is no salt in this because we put the salt in with the liquid dredge, so this is going to be our dry dredge. There was some clumps in this, and I was surprised because this is white lily and I've never seen them with clumps. So I don't know what was going on with that, but I just wanted to whisk this up real quick so we don't have a lot of clumps in it. We're going to set this aside until we're ready to dredge our chicken. So I'm going to go ahead and put all my seasonings in here. There's quite a few. There's 4 exactly. And I'm just going to mix it in here, and then we're going to put this in a shallow pan when it gets closer to the time, and we'll go ahead and do our dredge, and then we'll fry it up. 350 degrees for like 10 to 12 minutes per side, so it does take a little longer to cook. So you could probably cook the smaller pieces like maybe about 7 to 8 minutes on each side, like your smaller pieces, but your chicken breast and stuff is going to be longer, like 10 to 12 on each side.
Your thighs will probably be about the same as the breast.
Yeah. All right, so that's mixed together. I'm going to go ahead and set this aside. When we're ready to pull out our chicken, we'll come back and show you that step. All right, we'll be back.
Hey y'all, we are back with our pickle brined chicken. We're fixing to start the process of putting flour on it and getting them ready to fry up. So first, we take and put them on this rack here and let them drain some of the liquid off of them.
So we're just gonna let them drip just a little bit, and then we'll take them in and put them into our dry dredge. So the temperature has to be at 350 degrees in the skillet. So we got our big skillet out to
Try and have like
as
one or
many
two batches.
pieces, yeah, as many pieces as possible. So I'm trying to make sure we're well coated. Draining it has helped tremendously because that at least,
You don't get all clumpy.
yes, as bad.
Right.
It still will get clumpy, but it's not going to be as bad. And between the buttermilk and the pickle brine,
Which pickle brine is vinegar.
it seasons it and
Yeah.
tenderizes it, so it'll be easier to cook and it'll be a much more tender piece of chicken. So these big chicken breasts are huge.
They certainly are.
So I'm thinking that what I'm going to do with the rest of this is as I move chicken out of there, I'm going to put it back onto there so we have room.
All right, I'm gonna go get rid of the brine.
We took this out of the refrigerator about a half an hour before we fry because we want it to be not cold but more of a room temperature, so it makes it easier to fry. Because if you have it at a colder temperature, it takes longer to cook and it becomes more tough. So that's the purpose of us taking it out at room temperature ahead of time. Hey y'all, so we are done with our dry dredge. So we let our wet dredge drip through so there's not an excess amount of fluid on this chicken. So we're gonna go ahead and put it in the skillet at 350. We're gonna cook our dark meat first and then our white meat because our white meat will cook faster. So we'll get the dark meat done first. So we will show you what it looks like on the stovetop and be right back.
All right, we're putting our thighs and legs in now to cook.
I'll put in for how long in the description box. So just look directly below the video to see that. We'll tell you how long to cook on each side. Internal temperature should be 165.
we got all our dark meat in, and we're gonna get this cooked. It's gonna take about 8 to 10 minutes per side, and then we'll put our white meat in. All right, 8 minutes has gone by. We're gonna flip these over. That looks good. Ready.
So we're going to do another 8 minutes, and then we're going to check the internal temperature on these and see how much longer they have to cook. They got a nice golden color on them. Smells so good in this kitchen. I wish we had smell-o-vision. Smells so good.
All right. And it's cooking for about 8 more minutes. We just checked the temperature on these, and these are done. Internal temp is 165 or above.
There's still 2 pieces in there that need to be left in there a little bit longer.
I'm going to move them around. One of them is this one. The front side of this is a little hotter.
We're going to let this drain on a paper towel so we can get all of the oil off of it, and then we'll put it in our pan and cover it up. So we're going to flip those pieces of chicken and move them forward. So we'll check on them in a couple minutes and get the internal temperature on them.
And we're going to be putting our chicken breast in now.
These huge chicken breasts. I think they could feed 2 people.
I do too.
We're going to let these cook a little bit longer because they're so thick. So we'll probably end up checking them around 10 minutes each side. And then depending on that, we may have to leave them in there a little bit longer until we get the internal temperature to 165.
All right, we'll be back.
And I'm Debbie.
And we're Two Sisters Southern Cooking.
Please like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.